Yo, Tinashe's here. Let's get it.
Hello.
Cruise Show, Real 92.3, LA's new home for hip hop. And Tinashe is back on the Cruise Show. Tinashe has been coming to the Cruise Show since day uno, since day one, sis, yeah?
That's true. That's very true.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
On an amazing year and in advance for an amazing 2020,
we're
Tinashe.
kicking it off. We're kicking it off different.
I'm hearing some things, Tinashe. I'm hearing, different is the word.
Different is the word, but good different.
But good different. Different is always good, I think, right? Upgrade. I like that. I like that. Tinashe, you're a good friend here, man, and we believe in you. We love you, Tinashe.
Yes, well, thank you so much.
You have to know
the
that.
support from the beginning has always meant a lot, and I think especially with this project, with releasing it independently, with finally getting it out, it means more than like ever before to have that kind of support, especially from my home.
Yeah, it's your home, man. And welcome home. Your new home is Real 92.3 in Los Angeles.
We're here.
Straight up, have you met DJ Leslie?
We just met.
Yep. You know Leche, right? From
previous encounters. I mean,
previous encounters. What's a previous encounter?
Interviews, fool.
Hanging out.
That's another name for interviews.
The songs for you? Is that what you're here to say?
I mean, I wish. It wouldn't be bad. You feel me? It's not a bad thing.
It would not be a bad thing. No, to get Tinashe's attention would not be a bad thing.
Yeah, what does it take to get Tinashe's attention? Huh?
Good question.
It's tough. I think it's tough, and it
very
should be.
tough.
I think a sense of humor always cracks the code.
It definitely helps.
Yeah.
It's like I would say that's probably the easiest way.
Okay.
Right? I agree. Because then you're like, your guard is down because you're already
making
laughing.
them laugh. Yeah. Jeff Garcia, the sports dude, our producer, says you make them breakfast. No, I'm sorry. You make them laugh, you get to make them breakfast. Which means they stay over.
Yeah.
Which means they spend the night.
Unless you
or they come over early.
They come over early.
They come over mad early.
They come in at 6 a.m.
6 in the morning.
Hungry.
Hey, you got the waffles ready?
Songs for you. Talk to me about this independent process.
Yes.
And, now with Roc Nation as well as part of the team.
Yeah, it's been amazing.
Things are blossoming.
Thank you.
Things are about to be different.
It's been such a journey, to get to this point, which is just been crazy. I definitely never would have anticipated that anything would have gone the way that it has gone, but it's been fun. It's been amazing. Yeah, a roller coaster. I think especially right before I released this project, I found myself like just really feeling like I had the opportunity to do something different in my life and in my career than I was doing before, and just like really shift the trajectory of where I was going, because I'd been with my previous record, they were like 7 years.
Sure.
I think maybe even longer than that. Same with management. And just, everything that I was doing was kind of just going like this. And I felt like that was really amazing and great. And I was really thankful for all of the opportunities that I had. But I thought that there was, there's always growth. There's always evolution. And I especially feel like, as a young person, that it's like, today is the day. Like we're gonna see what happens next, and we're gonna give ourselves the opportunity to take risks and go out on the limb, and that's what I felt like I had to do. So.
Got to take risks, right?
Got to.
No risk, no reward, man.
Yep,
we're rooting for you, seriously, man. And this is not easy. It's tough because you have a fan base that wants you 24 hours a day. They want access to you, right? And then you have certain people that want you to be someone who you're not, or someone who they want you to be.
Right.
Right. So that balance has got to be.
It's a huge balance. Just being, I think, in the public eye, I think people take for granted how much pressure everyone gets from just literally all facets. Yeah, the media, their team, their family members, the public. It's definitely just not like a normal thing to go through, to have that kind of much feedback all the time.
For real.
So
Instant
good and
feedback.
bad. Good and bad.
I know,
I gotta ask for the feedback, asshole, but thanks for it.
It's just a lot. It's just a lot to deal with for anybody. And I think that sometimes you can get lost in just kind of coasting through. You kind of get just lost in this day-to-day sauce. You're just like, I got this next, I got this next. Keep your blinders on, tunnel vision, and you just kind of keep moving through it. And I think sometimes it's really good to add pause to life and like to take a second to like step back from things, look at the bigger picture, hold yourself and others, or everybody around you accountable.
It's a very responsible thing that you're doing with your career.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because some people just...
I owe it to myself.
Yes, you do. Some people just fly with the motion or whatever, go with the motion or whatever, and then, we'll see what happens. But unfortunately, you can't leave it up to let's see what happens.
Absolutely not. And I never have. And I think that's why it's really important to get back to my roots, so to speak, because when I first got in the game, I was recording my mixtapes in my bedroom. I was filming my own music videos.
You were also 12.
That was
you were very little.
That was a core part of who I was, just doing it myself. And so that's important to continue to have that same energy. Yeah.
With this change, right? Was there ever a point in your life or in your career where you said, "Hey, how come no one asked me what I want?"
Yeah. I think it was just like kind of like a slow process to kind of get to that point to where I felt out of control of my career. I think that's kind of one of like the scarier, more insidious parts about it is it's not just like one day someone comes up to you and it's like, hey, do this thing that is like totally not aligned with who you are. Cause then you'd know, you'd be like, no way. Exactly. That's obvious. Right, it's very slow. It's very much like, just like, even that's why I can't like fully blame anybody, for example, because like a lot of it is even like maybe what I thought at the time was like a good idea.
Sure. I think we've all
and that's
been there.
just because you're hearing from all these different people. This is what you should do.
And
this is what you should do.
This is what you should do. You put your trust in a lot of people. Sure.
I was young. I was, I don't know you're just trying the best you can for the most of the,
Absolutely,
yeah. If you could give to Tinashe any piece of advice, what would it be?
Oh, gosh. To Tinashe? Girl, enjoy it. That was like such a fun time. It was so fun. I was like here, there. I traveled the world. I like literally did so much fun shit. Like my life changed. My life changed after I put out that song. Truly, truly changed. Yeah. So, and I don't think I knew what was, I knew it was awesome at the time, but you never know how awesome it was because it was the first song I put out the gate. So I didn't know like how much of an impact it really had or like how difficult it would be to do that again.
Oh yeah, no, it's very tough. Yeah, I'm sure it's very tough.
It's not that easy.
It's
and first song out the gate, it was easy. So I was like, well, okay, cool.
If it was easy to make hits, everybody make hits. Like, it really is.
No, but that's tough. I think in every profession, right? If you start out at the top, good luck.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's hard because it's tough, man. Yeah. But that's when we see who the real fighters are.
Oh yeah, and to create longevity in this industry, I say, is it's harder than ever. I think because
impossible, but you can do it.
It's so saturated the marketplace. There's so many people. There's so much new music coming out all the time. To stay relevant for more than a couple years.
Yeah, I think now it's not only are you selling the music, but you're selling you as a person, a lifestyle. I think longevity. You get that by being true to yourself.
Absolutely.
Because, like you say, it's easy to get lost in the sauce day to day and listen to a lot of people and a lot of voices. Yeah. I think if you stay true to who you are, people will gravitate to that and they will stick to you.
But what's interesting about that is like when I thought about music as like a kid or when I wanted to pursue music as like an occupation, like that was never a factor for me. Like I never thought about like, oh, what will people think about like my day-to-day life, like my personality? Like that was like a part of it, but I feel like I grew up with like artists of like the separate generation that like we were separated from them. Yeah, like I didn't know what Britney Spears was doing like day to day. Like there was this like separation. So for me, I never even really considered that was. So it was actually, even when I got in the music industry, I feel like it was different in a way. However many years ago that was, 7 years, 10 years ago.
Well, 10 years, a lot happened.
A lot has
Instagram,
happened.
Facebook.
10 years is a
Spotify,
lifetime.
It's a decade.
Like all these streaming services, like they weren't like a thing. Well, like they were a thing, but like I didn't even have it. When I got in the game. Like I was like, no one's on there.
Right. And then it's just boom.
And then it's changed so much. Yeah. So I think, it's like even why I even got into this, which was really for me just truly about like creating music and about the music. I think there's so much more pressure on artists now than ever before.
Yeah. Now, is it a pressure to be talented or is it a pressure to look cool?
Well, like we said, a lot of it is a pressure just to embody this lifestyle or like this persona that for I think a lot of people who are genuinely creatives like doesn't necessarily always go hand in hand. I think a lot of people genuinely like to create stuff but don't want to play into like the game.
Right.
And for me, it's been like interesting to kind of navigate that and be like,
how
am I gonna participate in the game?
How am I gonna play with the bullshit? You know what I'm saying? I get it. I get it.
Because sometimes you just gotta be like, you know what?
I'm out. I'll just be over here.
My songs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just do my little dance.
Fucking little TikTok video.
But now people need to know who you're with and how you guys got together, how you guys broke up, and how you checked their phone or how you didn't check their phone and DMs and. God bless. And then on top of that, you still have to release music.
Right. You're right.
It's exhausting.
Yeah, it's
See, I'm stressed out.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
I'm stressed out over
breaking things.
2020, I plan to be an artist. Any advice for me?
2020. Okay. Well, I mean.
That's in 1 month.
That's in a month. I'm going to start the year by delaying the project. I'm going to start the year by delaying the project.
My
2 hours forward, I delayed the project.
My advice is to do the opposite of that. If you want to be an artist, and now in this day and age, it's content. As much as you possibly can. It's like saturating the market as much as you can.
And that goes with music, with just certain videos. We see you dancing. We see you talking to
appearances, this, that. Yeah. Like, you got to put yourself out there. Like, it is.
Yeah, because everything it comes and goes in 15 seconds.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Everything is so much more.
If you're an introvert in this business, good luck.
It's hard. It's really, really, truly difficult. And I like find myself like on the borderline of that. Like, I feel like as a personality, I'm more introverted than extroverted. But then I have this, it's a weird dichotomy because with my career, you know, you have to be this thing. So I'm always like kind of walking that fine line. It's really interesting.
No, it's tough. It's really interesting, but tough, man.
It's tough, yeah.
That is tough. And you're doing it with a smile. So that's awesome.
Thanks.
I think that's the hardest part, though, to do it with a smile.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
That's the hardest fucking
That's why I gotta
part.
give it up to like my family and like my close circle of friends, because the number one thing is like, honestly, the other piece of advice that I would give to people, preferably not people who are just starting, but it's like staying power. It's like people who have like tried to do it and like want to quit, because it is, like I said, it's not easy. So to be able to continue to not get discouraged for years, I think that is like a key
very tough
component.
I also think it's important to know how to say no.
Yeah.
You know, especially.
Oh, that's tough too, man.
Yeah,
it's tough to say
as an
no.
artist, you got the pressure saying yes, but like it's okay to say no and fucking deal with it.
Yeah, but Tinashe, have you said no to something and thought to yourself, fuck, I should have said yes to that?
I mean, yeah. And also, especially hindsight being 2020, it's always way easier to look back on like, oh, I should have taken this opportunity, or I should have not taken this opportunity. But I think the stuff that I like ever regret the most is when I didn't do what I felt in my heart, in my instinct was the right thing to do. When I didn't align with that, that's when I'm like, I should have done that. Because anytime that like it didn't go the right way, but I feel like it was what I felt
and
at
least
the
you
time.
have you can say I blame myself.
Right. Or like, yeah, like at the time that didn't feel right to me, so I didn't do it. You can't ever regret that. Yeah. But you can regret like, I knew that I should have done this and I didn't do it, or vice versa. You know, I shouldn't have done this and I did it anyways.
Yeah.
Like, and you knew that was wrong. That's when it's like, you got to follow your instinct.
Absolutely.
All the time.
Did you have a good time doing Dancing with the Stars?
I did.
You did,
it was
right?
interesting.
I haven't been able to talk to you since then, so it's like, can we talk about it? We have a lot to catch up on.
It was a new experience.
Catch up time.
That's gotta be tough, though. Dancing with the Stars is no joke. People
Damn,
hurt themselves.
Breath control.
It's a grind.
The actual like competition part of it, I loved. Like I loved like learning, like the challenge of learning new dances and like
salsa.
Yeah, like that was so fun for me.
The rumba.
I was just like the part that I didn't like about it was like the politics about it. You know, like getting eliminated when like we were good.
Politics ruin everything.
Wait, is it a popularity contest? Is that what it is?
Popularity contest? I mean, absolutely, yeah. Of course.
That's what the entertainment industry is. It's a popularity.
I mean, nobody's looking at that show like the best dancers win every time. Like,
sure,
it's not about the best dancers, you know. But it was still a really fun experience.
So you're saying you're the best dancer?
No, I'm not.
So
saying,
that's what you're saying.
I'm not saying
She's
I'm
not
the
saying
best.
it, but we can say it.
I'm
You know
just
what I'm saying?
saying that there's more involved, which again kind of circles back to what we've been saying about this whole industry. Like sometimes it's not always about like being the most talented. There's so much more involved.
I know we keep talking about the industry, but you're not mad at the industry, like, right? You're not angry at it.
It's just like you just got to peep game. You just got to know what it is and be
There's no
and
L's,
adapt.
only lessons, man. There's no L's,
you just got to
only
learn
lessons.
and adapt to that.
Tinashe is here, man.
We here.
Tinashe will be here. We'll stay here.
Yes.
You know, we just kicked off the 4th annual Cruise Cares Toy Drive.
Really?
We would love your support, Tinashe.
Amazing.
What do you think?
Yes, that sounds amazing.
Really?
I love it for the holidays.
We can count on your donation.
Let's go.
Tinashe, I love that.
I'll take lingerie.
Oh, stop it.
Not for me.
Not for me.
But like, so I could gift.
Do you have a 3X? Do you have 3X lingerie?
Not for me, dog.
Are you sure?
I got, you know what I'm saying? I got homegirls.
Because like I could ask.
I got homegirls I want to impress, you know?
Totally.
And if you can autograph it too, please.
I could ask.
No, seriously. The Boys and Girls Clubs of Hollywood and the East LA Youth Rising, they would appreciate it. It's for kids
Amazing.
and teenagers as well. You know, the teenagers that go to these organizations don't necessarily want, like, you know, toys and stuff. They want shoes and clothes and stuff like that. So.
Of course. And that makes sense. So it's important, especially during the holidays, I think. Giving back always feels good.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was great. It was, intimate.
Do you get to eat, or do you watch what you eat and bring your own stuff?
I don't watch what I eat. No, I don't.
That's
I actually
right.
do not. I do not.
Come on, clap it up. Can we clap it up?
I was cooking a lot, actually, on
really?
Thanksgiving. Yeah.
What do you cook?
What did I make? I made chicken wings. I made cookies. I made mashed potatoes. I made a lot of like the side dishes. I made like cornbread pudding.
Side dishes is where it's at, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
sides are the best.
You need the sides.
Sides are the
My
best.
dad does like the turkey, so that's covered.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah,
I
oh,
do
yeah.
like the sides.
Tinashe, we haven't spoken to you in a while. The last time we spoke to you, you were living at home.
Yeah.
Are you still living at home?
I mean, like ish. No, I have. I mean, like let's be real. I have my own house.
Okay, good.
Which I have like a studio at. That's where I recorded this project, which was really amazing because it was like I could bring people into my space, which was so crucial because it felt so much more natural, so much more intimate, which is what I needed for this particular project coming back. But yeah, so I have that, but that's like my home base, but like my family lives like 10, 15 minutes away. So how many nights a week do I find myself sleeping there? More than I will admit. But yeah.
It's okay. Family is family, and it's beautiful.
Best.
Like, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like,
honestly, I'm really thankful for them.
Yeah,
so,
that's amazing.
You know, just to be able to be around my parents, my brothers, and have that kind of grounding.
Yeah.
I still live with my mom.
That's what I was gonna say. He still lives with his
But
mom.
I'm moving out next month. I really am. I swear to God. Finally. But my situation is different.
Single, still
my situation is different.
I don't knock it. I get.
I've been paying rent since I was 17.
It's different though. It's different when a girl still lives at home versus a dude living at home. I don't know why, but it's different.
I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Help her, right?
I've been since my dad passed when I was 16. So when that happened, you know what I'm saying, I had
You're the man of the house.
Yeah, so I've been paying rent. So it's not like I've been living off my mom for free.
Yeah. No,
But finally, I got to move out, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be an artist 2020. Listen,
let's
big
go.
Lot
Big
going on,
dreams.
lot going on,
Big
man. Big
things.
dreams.
But I get it, though. Like, enjoy being with your family. Who cares
Honestly,
if people
yeah,
make
You
fun
know
of
what?
you?
I love my
That's what
family,
I
but I
say.
couldn't live with my family. Not at
Hey,
this
and
point.
that's
I
cool,
couldn't.
too.
I could not
And-
do it. I love them, and I will see them every day if I could, you know?
Yeah.
But living with them, it's a different story. Especially when
Hey,
you're an adult.
we all have different families, you know.
Nah, listen, I'm not saying my family's trash. Is what I'm saying is
So
that
what
it's
you
just-
say?
It's just a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot.
It's different. Like, we need your space. You know,
Yes.
you probably enjoy being around
I
people
like
more,
that. I just like that they always, they keep me really grounded.
Yeah, that's
this industry,
reality.
exactly. This industry, like so much is happening all the time, and so much is changing all the time, and you can get super overwhelming, but there's always this like thread of like consistency with my family and that home unit, you know. And
Absolutely.
it doesn't ever feel stressful. It always just feels calming.
That's always good, right? Calm. See, with my family, it's not calm. That's why I'm like, I gotta get out of here. I love them, but I gotta get out of here. They all came over to the house too on Thanksgiving. Man,
No!
I disappear.
You're
right?
like-
I'll go into my room for 20 minutes and then
stressed
come
out.
back out. Just kind of, I just gotta refresh,
I
man.
feel you,
It's
I
a
feel you.
lot. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying?
I feel
Like,
it.
people are
People in general
are the worst.
They're a
And
lot.
extended family expects things from you because,
Well, my
they
extended
think you're
family
doing better.
don't live around here, so it's really just
Oh,
like my
perfect.
parents and my brothers.
Oh, see, that's
that's
good.
So
That's
it's like
good.
4 other people. I can deal with that.
Try, yeah, exactly. That's always good. Yeah, try being Mexican. You got all sorts of people there. The people who claim they're family and they're not.
I don't know what they cousins.
You're like
I'm
my cousins.
whoa.
Yeah, my cousins. I think twice
Yo,
removed.
Songs for you, 15 tracks, by the way. Thank you for doing
Yes,
that, right? 15 tracks is
solid.
very
Body of work.
rare, I think, now. People dropping,
Well, people want these like 2-minute songs, like 30-minute projects, but I really wanted to drop like a solid project.
You think that's artists getting lazy, or are they just trying to feed
I think it's
people?
adapting to the times. Yeah, adapting to the atmosphere. I mean, again, it's like we want so much content at such an amazing rate. Like the pressure that we put on artists to like create is actually unrealistic. Truly, it's honestly unrealistic. People want like a new project like tomorrow, you know?
Daily.
Like, yeah. So I think because of that, people have just created more bite-sized songs. You know, songs used to be 4 minutes. Now they're 2 minutes. They're literally chopped in half. So I think that is just, again, just a sign of the times and adapting to that demand.
Talk to me about this Roc Nation deal. How did that come about tonight?
Well, I mean, again, I was just kind of found myself in a place.
Throw it up. Throw it up. You got to.
Yeah, I mean, I found myself in a place where I felt like I needed to do something that was like a lot different from what I had done before.
Yep.
And, you know, the situation that I was in before was like I'd worked with the same people, same team, core team for like 7-8 years, a really long time. So
it's very loyal.
Definitely. Maybe to a fault.
I hear you. I hear you.
But so for me to make that change was difficult, scary, but also like I felt like I had put myself in the place where like this is my opportunity to go to the next level.
Yeah, you see the trajectory Roc Nation they put on.
Yeah,
they put on for their people.
The way I see them as like they are the cool kids at school.
Yeah, they're definitely
they
cool.
are the cool kids.
Yeah.
You're a cool kid now.
Yeah.
Not that you weren't before. You've always been cool. You're cooler.
Yeah, no, they definitely have this, you know, amazing just reputation and also this really great family dynamic, which I really love. Like they really take care of everybody that's, you know, a part of it, which I think is really cool.
Sure. And if you're in trouble, they're on it. Quick.
Go get
Tinashe
arrested.
Gets arrested today.
Go get arrested.
Tinashe gets arrested today. Tomorrow it never happened.
2020, go get arrested.
No,
just for fun.
no.
And that's credibility to the career.
Street
You know what I'm saying? Free Tinashe, you know what I'm saying? Up the sales.
I'll make
Have you ever been in handcuffs?
I've never been arrested.
Not even for fun. Not even for fun.
I mean,
wait a minute. Have you ever been in handcuffs, Tinashe?
I mean, no.
I think she calling the blow.
Have you been arrested, Leslie?
No, I have not.
I have. Let's have you been?
Nah, never.
Nah, man. Y'all gotta live a little,
Good.
man.
Let's keep it that way. No,
Let's
we
get
don't need to
arrested.
get arrested. We can do illegal things, but we don't need to get arrested.
Knock on wood. Yeah, I don't get caught.
I love that advice. We can do
You don't need to
illegal
get
things,
caught.
just don't get arrested.
Yeah.
It's like my dad's advice.
Don't get caught.
Break the law, just don't get caught, stupid.
Don't get caught.
Songs for You are
Never get
available
caught.
on all streaming platforms. She's offering 15 joints. I mean, this is content, my G. This is your soul. This is the stuff that's rolling around in your brain, in your heart, and in your soul, at the bottom of your stomach, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's a whole thing. Like people don't understand how much like a project means to an artist.
You don't just show up to the studio and sing these songs off of a paper. No, you have to go through literally every emotion.
Yeah, and
I think this project out.
And I think especially with this project, I really kind of opened myself up to like the more vulnerable side of me, especially like thematically. In the past, I've always kind of tried to project this like strong girl image, which is great because I feel like that's really true to who I am for sure. But at the same time, you know, we all be going through it.
Yeah, and that's what it takes to be authentic. You got to show them
and let them know
the good and the bad.
Letting people inside, by the way, is not easy, right? Yeah. I mean, that's not an easy thing to do. I know.
So
it takes maturity. It takes like. Honestly, it takes more strength, I feel like, to be vulnerable than it is to be guarded.
Does it take therapy?
Music is therapy.
Music is therapy.
That's what art is. It's like this cathartic release that you're able to, you know, put all of your stuff into something that is beautiful and people love and appreciate. That is the most amazing therapy.
And people respond with, as your therapist, like, I'm going through the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And that's when you know that, like, you really did something special, because when people can relate to it, when it means something to someone else, then you're like, okay, this is really what it's all about. At the end of the day.
I love it when I read tweets or read comments and people comment on a song and they're like, yo, you wrote this for me.
Right.
That's amazing.
This is exactly what I'm going through this week.
And you're like, girl, I went through that shit 2 years ago.
Like,
Trust me, girl.
It gets better.
You gonna get better, girl.
What do you do? Like when you go through it, besides writing music, like what helps you get through
I mean, that's my
like a heartbreak or, you know, hard times?
Chocolate, I'm sure. And
I don't like chocolate.
You don't?
No.
What's your favorite candy? You like candy?
I don't like candy.
Get out.
I'm a salty fan.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah, you like pickles.
For me, I mean, when I was really sad, I was going out a lot. So that's what I was doing.
That's why we saw you in the club so much?
I was in the club a lot.
She was going
you were going through it?
How come you never was in my section?
Because she ain't going through it that bad,
She ain't going through it that
She ain't going through it that bad, bro.
Not like that. That's my homegirl.
Nah, I feel you.
She
Nah,
got
man.
money.
There was a time where I would just clock into TMZ and there's Tinashe.
There I was.
And they're grilling her, and I'm like, she out there turning up, living her best life.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
best life.
this little baby's hurting.
Yeah. Definitely.
Oh, we only knew we was judging.
We was judging. No,
You know?
No, we
judged
weren't.
But yeah, that's what music and
Yeah.
dancing. That's why I like to go out because I was like, at least I can dance.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yeah.
You've been dancing your whole life.
So I was 4 years old.
Dang.
Dance is
Joke.
obviously hand in hand with music, like
Absolutely.
in terms of expression, really important.
Sure,
to me.
sure. Tinashe, thank you so much for being here. Songs for you, available everywhere.
Yes.
Should we play hopscotch?
We should.
We should, right?
Hopscotch.
Talk
do
to the
it.
city, Tinashe. Let's do it right now.
You
Talk to
know
'em.
what? I'm so happy to be able to play this for you guys. This means so much to me. This is Hopscotch from my brand new record, Songs for You. This is Tinashe. Let's get it.
Let's go, man. Real 92.3 Cruise Show. Tinashe, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Congratulations. We support you. Thank you for your Cruise Cares donation as well.
Yes, thank
love,
you.
Love, love, love. Keep smiling, please.
I
Thank
will.
you so much.
Thank
Tinashe, Cruise Show, Real 92.3.